and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. We are doing a reading which is basically going to provide confirmation that you made the right decision to stay together. So if you are with someone that at some point in the recent past you had to like decide to stay with them, whether to like trust them or believe in them or whatever it is, let's get you confirmation that you made the right decision. So we have 4 different piles here, or cards, and each card will be pile 1, 2, 3, or 4. Whatever card speaks to you, whether it's like the color, the picture, the theme, the word, whatever jumps out at you, that's your pile. So I'm going to zoom in on these for a minute. And the words are abundance, delight, change, and adventures. So if for some reason one of these jumps out at you more than the other, whatever it is, that's your pile. And in the description, I'll have timestamps and you can just go ahead and jump to your pile. So thank you so much. I look forward to reading for you. Goodbye. Hello, pile 1. Thank you so much for being here and for letting me read for you. I'm excited to do this reading. This reading is entitled Confirmation You Made the Right Decision to Stay Together. So I would assume you're with someone or you're deeply considering getting back together with them, and this would just be the confirmation that that's the right decision. You picked abundance, and when I look at this card, just in relation to like why you picked this pile, I don't know, maybe this person really does make you feel like full and rich, and maybe you do feel like they, you know, kind of enrich your life and your world. Maybe they have a lot of like perspective. Maybe I just feel like there's a lot of depth to this person, a lot of substance, a lot of richness. And it's colorful, it's interesting, it's bright. I don't necessarily, I mean, abundance could be like, maybe they're, I don't know, doing quite well for themselves and share that with you, and it feels more like abundant on that level. But I feel like there's a little more depth here for some reason in this card. It just seems like there's more significance as to why you guys maybe should be together or why this is your time to be together. So I want to see some confirmation that you made the right decision. And I'm going to start with an oracle deck that generally has some kind of like darker cards, but I want to see the feeling, if this tracks. Like, this could have been what you were feeling, because there was a low point obviously where you had to like think on this, and where you know, probably like cried or had a day or a month or a week or whatever, like a session with friends where you were just like, what is this? What am I doing? And I want to see like kind of what that felt like and what it was, and a distance. So the distance card to me, I think there was a time where this person felt like they were, I mean, far away, which isn't hard to say for any relationship that I think is going through something at some point. But I think you really were pained by this feeling that, not the distance, like logistically speaking, but you guys weren't clicking, you weren't connecting. Like, you felt like you were cut off from this person. You felt like you didn't have your like touchstone in this person. And I think that really probably messed with you the most, like to feel like you guys weren't necessarily connected. And I don't know, maybe you weren't talking as much, maybe you guys, like, you went no contact or something. But I just feel like this piece to me is, your world just felt kind of like, I don't know, it's dramatic, but like grim or dark or just without color, just kind of colorless. And yeah, in that distance, really, there was a void there. So I think if you're back with this person and it does feel like there's this abundance, this richness, there's all this like life and energy, and things just feel like they're kind of overflowing with this, I don't know, like spring-like sensation. And then I think that's probably a pretty good sign that you did make the right decision staying with this person, because this feels really kind of wholesome. Like the energy here is that you two do very well together, and you click and you care for one another. And now that you're back together, things are just like, they're in color, they're in high def. Like, you guys are, you're feeling each other, you're happy together, and this whole darkness is kind of, it's not there right now. So I'm going to get some oracle, or pardon me, I'm going to get some tarot, and I want to see you guys right now, just what your dynamic looks and feels like right now. And then we'll get into like just more signs that you're on the right path, and maybe like what, not like what to look out for, but what to keep in mind, or what to goal towards, or I don't know. We'll see. So this is you guys right now in 3 cards, and how does that feel? So we've got Strength, which feels very accurate. 7 of Wands, Actually, I like that as well. And the movement of swords. There's definitely a fight, but the fight it's not a fight as in you guys are fighting. It's like there's a fight, there's an intensity, there's a passion, like you guys are fighting for this. Like equally, I think each one of you guys are you're working towards this. In other words, you're not just like, we're back together, we're going to repeat like the same mistakes, or we're just going to be lazy and see where the cards fall. Like I feel like you guys are both very actively, like almost aggressively fighting to make this work. And if this tracks, or if this feels like where you guys are at right now, I like this because there's a lot of intention behind this. Like this reminds me of a couple that before you guys got back together, you had very detailed conversations about how this relationship or this dynamic would function, how it would look, how it would feel. Like you guys didn't just get back together and say, you know, we'll just see how this plays out. Like that wasn't this conversation. Or it wasn't like, I'm just gonna, you know, see how this sets with me. I just need time to feel things out. Like we'll see where we are in a month. Like, you know, that's not your guys' dynamic. Like you guys really got back together. You wanted this to work. And I think you guys you're both fighting for it, literally. And the strength card, it's this strength of like, I think there's a give and take from both of you. I think you guys are both like helping each other. One of you is, you know, sacrificing more one day, the other sacrificing more the next. Like it just feels like there's just this equal exchange, but you guys are you're both fighting for it. You're both working towards it. And the movement of swords too, it's the Knight of Swords. And it is this kind of like, there's this passion, there's this desire, there's this like willingness, like you want to charge in, you want it to happen. You really want it. There's this like young, eager beaver kind of mentality behind this, but like you really do want it. And I also feel like this is someone who's not going to take easily to failure. Like this is, you know where you want this to go and you're actively working towards it. Yeah, there is definitely, I want to say passion, but swords aren't so much passion. There's an intensity here. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, excuse me. Do I think the passion is here? But more than that, I just feel this intensity and this direction that you guys have chosen. And and I do think this is based on, there's a deeper connection between you guys. I think this is like a desire to not feel the distance again. Like you guys both didn't like the distance. You both talked about it and you came together and you were like, we didn't like that feeling. It just felt very disconnected. And it didn't work for you. It didn't get you anywhere. And I do think you guys are a lot happier. And I think you like this fight. I think your relationship needed this. Whatever it was before, maybe it was too laid back or it was too like undefined. And now it's like got a lot more structure. It's, I like where you guys are and I think it's exciting. I want to see where you guys, I was going to say where you guys are headed, and that's so like broad and vague, but I do want to see where you guys are headed or what your like near future looks like. And I think this is in a positive way. This is like, given this intentional like intensity towards making things work. I want to see where you guys are headed and really what you can look forward to. So Page of Swords, which is kind of cool. 8 of Swords. And the Star. Let me think about this for a second. So I do think you guys in a good way have, I wouldn't say there's like friction between you guys because I think you guys are actually in some ways quite similar. But I think there's this like, in a good way, you guys are always going to have, like, there's always going to be a little battle between you guys. There's always going to be some issue that needs to be resolved, but this is something you guys both need and thrive on. Like, you're the couple that needs that friendly fire. Like, you guys need to be kind of in some discussion or a lightweight argument. That's how you communicate. This is kind of your guys' vibe. And I like this because I think it opens the door for great communication. I think it's kind of does keep like that passion alive in a way. Not like you guys are fighting and making up. I don't really think that's your vibe, but I think it's this like, there's always something you're debating on. And that's what I get here. But I do think as a result of that, you're always sharing like an end game and goals and where you want to end up and what you want from this. And I think this helps you from feeling trapped because you're constantly like pushing out the boundaries and like just destroying them, and then like you just never feel like you're bound, basically, because you can always bring up a new topic for discussion and work through it and break that down. And I don't know, there's just something very like how your minds work. It's just very fluid. It's very, I don't think, it's not for everyone. And I don't know who else you guys have been with in the past that you've found this kind of balance. But it really works for you guys. So I do think there's a lot of shared like goals. I think you guys are on the same path. I actually think with the star, it kind of makes me feel this like North Star, like you're headed in the same direction. You want the same things. Like you have the same guiding, you're motivated by the same ideal. And maybe in life in general, like maybe you guys are actively seeking out like a certain career path, or you're, you know, actively working towards a family, or you guys both want to get married, or you both want this house, or whatever it is. But more than that, I think as a couple, you guys really have like a very shared view on where you guys want this relationship to go. So just this reading and feeling your guys' energy, like, yes, I feel very, very good that you guys did make the right decision to stay together. And I really like it. You guys work together. You seem very happy. I like the energy I get off the cards from you guys. And I'm sure that other piles are going to feel like I'm going to get this energy that's kind of like, ooh, I don't know if this is really the right thing. But for you, I do feel like it's the right thing. And it doesn't feel like controlling or toxic, or like someone did something that was just totally off and should be addressed. I don't know. I like you guys together as a couple. Okay, I want to see a little bit about what you guys bring to each other. And these are, I don't know, they could be like aura or chakra cards, but I get a kind of like a sense of energy or someone's vibe off of them. So I want to see like what your kind of contribution is, what you bring to the relationship, and what your partner brings to the relationship. So I'm going to put you over here. So you bring passion, which I love, and they bring creativity. And I like this because to me, creativity it absolutely stems from passion. It's so, like, I just feel like you can't have creativity without passion. There's just this link here. But I feel like your passion really is that both of you guys have passion and both of you guys are creative. You might be more passionate and they might be more creative. You might have more of that like fire and they might have more of the like solution. Like you could be the one that, I don't know, like maybe presents the issues, even though you guys both feel them or they're similar for both of you. And then your person might be the one that like finds the way to talk them through. And I feel like this is a cycle that you guys really kind of, I don't want to say get off on because that makes it seem almost like sleazy or it cheapens it. I think this is how you guys communicate. I think this is your vibe. I think it works for you. And like I said, I think it's how you guys don't feel trapped, because someone who is so passionate, someone who is so creative, I think these kind of people can feel like boxed in pretty easily, and you guys just don't feel boxed in. When things are working and you're yourself and you're communicating openly and freely, you really don't feel boxed in, and it's a great vibe. It's a great space, and I don't know why you guys weren't together at one time or what drove you apart, but right now it feels really cool. It feels light. It feels fresh. It feels fun. It feels exciting, like it's going someplace. And there's this genuine desire to like drive this and move this in this positive and exciting and very like unified direction. So yeah, I love everything about this. I'm probably going to stop this reading soon, but I'm going to get input from spirit, kind of like just, I don't know, a quote card. Basically, this is spirit's input. Maybe it's something to think on or take with you on this journey. And it is, welcome the divine masculine. So this could be, I'm going to take this for you, whether you're masculine or feminine, but chances are you're feminine, just based on analytics. Welcome the divine masculine. I don't know, embrace some part of you that is more masculine. I don't even know exactly what that is, but like the masculine energy tends to be a little more, I don't want to say aggressive, not in a mean way, but just, I'm trying to think of like masculine versus feminine. This might mean something to you. Maybe there are characters in your partner that you really like and you want to adopt and they do feel more masculine. Like maybe they always speak up. Maybe they always voice their opinion. Maybe even like something to do with creativity is more masculine in some ways. Like maybe you need to let in some of this like creative energy and expression that I don't know. I don't want to go off the rails with this, but it means something. And for whatever reason, my brain isn't like clicking with it right now. But this is your message from Spirit. My light just did something weird. And yeah, welcome the divine masculine. So maybe that's embracing some part of your partner that they want you to see in them. But honestly, you guys are good. You guys are awesome. And yes, absolute confirmation that you guys made the right decision to stay together. And I'm just going to get one more card because I feel like I don't want to end on a note of saying like, sorry, I don't know what that means. This is just one tarot card. And this is in one card, confirmation that you guys are indeed like, you're working together. Like this is all good. And, that is Innocence of Cups. And this is basically Page of Cups. There's a lot of love, and there's just a lot of love and romance and purity, I think, in this card. There's a gentleness here. There's this really like, it's a little bit of everything. It's a little bit of, there's love behind it. So yeah, with that love, of course there's passion, of course there's creativity, of course there's like this drive, but it's just, there's such a pure want and desire behind it. And it really kind of goes with this message up here that I saw initially. Like you guys really do it's like you make each other feel just very good and very whole and very complete. And it is the cups to me, they're emotions. There are words, like how we express ourselves in a lot of ways. There are communication, there are love, they're like the feel-good chemicals. They're just the things that bring us like that joy and that bliss. And the innocence of it, the page of it, it's like the very beginning of it. It's like that initial desire to kind of feel that. And I really feel like as a couple, you guys represent this very like clean, pure, fresh, very well-intentioned, kind of loving energy. It's just, and it does feel innocent. Like innocent in that you guys both really, there isn't a hidden agenda. There isn't this like latent anger or revenge or anything like that. You guys just have a very, very clear, clean kind of vibe and, oh my gosh, conscience in a way. So yeah, hope you liked this reading. If you liked it, please like, subscribe, comment, let me know. I'd love to hear it, but just great vibe for you guys. So congratulations. All right. Thank you. Goodbye. Hello, pile 2. Thank you so much for being here. This is Light and Bone Tarot, excuse me. And you picked pile 2, Delight. And I realized when I was just now pulling out your pile 2 card that you had 2 cards here stuck together. So I really like this, especially since this card is called Forgiveness. So this reading is confirmation you made the right decision to stay together. And you have Delight and you have Forgiveness. And I was going to get rid of the Forgiveness card because I was like, oh, this doesn't belong here. This isn't the pile they picked. But I do believe it's a message, so I'm keeping it. And I'm pretty happy I am, because what I get out of Delight and Forgiveness, actually, I'm going to put them up here. You picked Delight, and I really think you're just happy right now. I really think you're at a place in this dynamic, in this relationship that I assume you're back in, and you just feel good. Of all the cards you could have picked, this blue, green, this bird, this little pops of pink, there's this, it's not necessarily like spring where everything's new and exciting. There was another card that represented that. It's more of just this like, I'm happy. Like right now in this moment, I feel good. I don't have regrets. I'm not overthinking it. Oh, that light. I just feel good. And the forgiveness, I almost feel like this is you forgiving yourself. Or you're letting something go in the relationship that you literally just had to let go. You had to forgive it. My first instinct is that it's something to do with your forgiving yourself. But either way, it's this, there's something very freeing about it. And I just feel like this act of forgiveness on your part, it feels good. It feels right. And this could be, let's say it is about something you forgave in your partner. It really can be very, liberating to just forgive someone and let go of it and truly like consciously, genuinely forgive, where you don't even have to consciously make an effort not to dwell on it. I think once you forgive someone, you're like, I'm done. I'm just released of the obsession or the whatever it is that makes you harp on something. Once you forgive it, I think your mind switches that part off and you can move on. And I think this is truly delightful and it's bringing you happiness and just, I feel like you're at calm right now. You're at peace right now. And if this tracks, then right now, just know that is confirmation you made the right decision to stay together. If this tracks, if it doesn't, then it might not be your pile, or maybe, I don't know. But I think that if you feel this, it is definitely a good thing. So assuming that you and your person, you got back together, whatever it is, you're together with them right now, you're feeling good about it, you have forgiven yourself or your person of this thing, and you've moved on. I want to see where you guys as a couple are at right now. Like, what's your vibe together? And so the Devil is not a bad card in this context, so don't worry about that. It does have a message, but justice. This is intense. Jeez. Okay, so 3 major cards of the 3 cards I picked. Not crazy odds, but there's a weight here, and I'm gonna say the Devil card, to me, it has to tap into the forgiveness piece. So does the Justice. There is something that one of you chose to forgive in the other, and if someone forgave something that you did, then it speaks to the forgiveness, and it's also the piece of you forgiving yourself. Like, I know I royally messed up. I won't do that again. I've learned from it. I hurt someone. But I really think the Devil card is someone caused someone hurt here. But the Justice is there was a price to pay. There was a price paid. There was almost like a punishment. There was a price. This didn't come without a cost. And you guys have hashed through that. And now you have forgiven. Whoever has, both of you, one of you, it doesn't really matter. But that's active and conscious, and now I feel like there's this peace. And the Star card here is like you guys are now moving together in this unified direction. Like, you both have your eyes set on the same destination. You want the same things, and this to me feels good. It doesn't feel like, I'm not getting this overwhelming, warm and fuzzy message out of where you guys are right now. Like, I don't necessarily think that right now you guys are in this very super loved up romantic stage. I think you guys are talking a lot. I think you're communicating a lot. I think there's still a little tension, but I don't necessarily think there's anger. I think the anger is gone, but I think the tension's there. Like, you might still be treading somewhat cautiously because I think you're both being very respectful of boundaries in a way and what happened, and just treading gently. And I do think the Devil card here, there is that kind of lingering hurt or pain. There's something there that's lingering, but you guys are working through it. And there is someone who probably feels a little more guilt. They feel bad. They feel like they know they messed up. And then there's the person that's forgiving them. But it just feels like the act of forgiveness is very, it feels sincere. I want it to be sincere. I think it's something you can work through, but there is still this sense of things are still getting sorted out in a way, but in a good way. It had to happen. I like that you guys are still weighing things out a little bit, but you've made the decision to be together, and it feels good. It genuinely feels good. You're sleeping at night. You're not arguing. You're not fighting. You're not putting guilt on each other. You're just in this just this little transitional period of figuring out where you guys want to go together. You know right now that the plan is to go there together, and you're figuring it out, and you're kind of setting your sights on how this is going to feel. So there's so much, I'm going to do your near future as a couple, and just more confirmation that you made the right decision. And I have a feeling if I look at your near future, it's going to be very bright and exciting. It's going to feel like this card, not so much the forgiveness. This up here feels like forgiveness. It feels like that energy where you're still forgiving. There was a reason to forgive. There was an event that happened. There was the aftermath. Actually, I'm going to take these 2 cards because they've slipped out of my hand. I feel like that is the vibe here. So I think this, as far as where you guys are going, what you can look forward to as a couple now that you're back together or you chose to stay together, that's these 3 cards. So let's see what we have here. We have 9 of Wands, not warm and fuzzy. The Chariot and Innocence of Cups. Okay. So the Innocence of Cups, the Page of Cups, this is good. I'm just going to explain it a little bit. Because that's, I guess, why we're here. The Innocence of Cups is definitely, there's romance here. There is love. There is purity. There is this like fresh start. And I the most love this because this is a delightful card. It is that feeling of like, we're doing this. Like we love each other so purely. We care so much for each other. This is so real. This is so sincere. And there's such a genuine, like, just genuine purity behind it. It's a beautiful, delightful card. And this absolutely, I think in a card sums up your guys' future. And it is motivation to just charge through where you guys are right now, even though this is very like important where you guys are right now. I think it's like a very healthy and necessary stage, but you are getting to this next level. And I'll wait for the 9 of Wands. I'll talk about that last because that's the heaviest. But Innocence of Cups, I love. The Chariot, I love this too. And it's funny that it's like one thing with two heads moving, and you're moving together. You guys can have different thoughts. I do think you guys are I do feel like there's a bit of an opposites attract here. Of course, you have some things in common, but I don't think you guys are like completely cut from the same cloth. I think you naturally have some friction. I think you naturally almost like butt heads in a way, but you really, really do work together. You come together well. You care about each other. But I just feel like there's always going to be a little like, just kind of like angst between you two, but in a good way. And I think you like it and it works. And as long as you hold on to this like star direction, intention, going there together. And I like that the Chariot's under this because it's that movement. It is that like conscious. The Chariot is like, if you closed your eyes and thought of where you want to go, it's where you would go because it's where your like heart and your mind and your soul is directing you. It's almost like your subconscious taking you where you need to be. And I think as lame as that description was, as a couple, you guys really will move in this direction together. You'll just find your path, your direction, your speed, and you'll go there. And I like it under the star. The 9 of Wands is the heavier card. So if we look at your future and we just take these two cards, there is love. There is this very pure desire to make things work. And I think things are going to work. And I think you guys are going to move in this direction together. The 9 of Wands tells me there is always going to be, or not always, but there's this little bit of a struggle. There is a little bit of a, I don't know, kind of like uphill battle. There's I don't know, there's a struggle. There's a little pain. There's a little weight. There's a little bit of getting burned. There's a little bit of everything, but that also comes with the things you really want. It's a fight. It's a fight. It's a struggle, but it works, and it works for you guys because I do think you as a couple have this, I think you're similar in the sense that like you need a little bit of that pain to appreciate I don't know, whatever the pleasure, basically. Like, it's that the sweet isn't so sweet without the sour kind of vibe. Like, you guys, you need this, you get this. It's part of your whole thing, and it works for you. But I want to see a little bit more. I'm going to pull over some other cards. I want to see that, like, jump off the page, like, happiness for you guys, because I do think you guys are happy together. I think you function very well together, but I want to see, well, this isn't the deck for it. Let me see. Okay, but I picked it up anyway. This deck's a little heavier, but I want to see, let me ask this right. What are you, now on this like next round of you guys being a couple and moving forward together, what are you going to do differently? Like, what are you going to leave behind? What have you learned, basically? And let's see, because this card is going to have weight, but the positive message is like, that was something you experienced and you're not doing that again. This is something you as a couple are moving away from. And we have nature. What the hell does that mean? I have no idea. I feel like this is like maybe the one card in the whole deck that isn't negative. So I turned it into this like, let's make it positive when this actually was positive. I will tell you, I have to make a meaning for this because this nature card, I couldn't tell you what the artist intended this to mean. The deck's creator. Wow. I'm so sorry. I'm gonna have to come back to this card because I cannot get a read on it, and because it's actually positive. There's something. Oh my God, give me a second. I the thing is, because of the word nature, it makes me feel like, oh, you guys need to get out in nature more. You need to, so I don't know that you guys need to get out in nature more. I actually think you guys are both pretty nature loving. For some reason, I don't think you guys are like two high-powered CEOs. I think you guys are like simple in that you appreciate simple things, or for some reason, I think you guys are both connected to nature. I don't know why. I can see you guys like hiking or backpacking together. Maybe that's true, maybe not. I'm going to say for this nature card, forget what I said about it earlier. To me, this is about enjoying simple pleasures together. This is sort of like a getting back to basics. And actually, interestingly enough, these cards do look very similar. So it's not for nothing that I picked this card. And I'm going to go a step further. Like, we've got lights in the sky here. We've got little white lights here. We've got the same profile of a bird. This one's darker. Delight. So if you feel this card and you loved this card isn't very different. And the message here we're getting is nature. I really think you guys need to get outside more together. You need to go back to the one thing that you guys really connected on, that thing that really makes you happy as a couple. Maybe it is camping or backpacking, or I don't know. I literally can't think of another thing to do outside together right now, but it's something like that. There just has to be, there has to be a reason why these cards are so similar. There's a message here for you. However it speaks to you, it's something that could really benefit you guys as a couple. So yeah, I know I really switched things up at the last minute there, but again, it's your card, it's your pile, it's your message, it's you guys. But I do want to see, I'm actually going to ask 3 cards, just because this reading, well, it's only the second one, but it feels different. I want 3 cards to confirm that you made the right decision, because I see and feel that you made the right decision, but now I feel like I need to kind of prove it to you in 3 cards. So let's see 3 cards confirming that, yes, you did make the right decision to stay together, to be together, to work it out with this person. And we have Strength, which I love. We have 2 of Cups, which is here's your romance, here's your love, here's your like, this is the one card I wanted to see. This is the card that was missing. And I'm honestly going to put it right in the center, because this is your love and romance. This is the love between you guys. This strength is so beautiful. And let's get the 3rd card. This is your Ace of Swords. This is your new beginnings, new ways of approaching things, new thought, new intention, new everything. So you guys you're on this journey together. We know that your future is going to be a little bit difficult at times, because you guys are just slightly intense, difficult people, but you watching this, you're happy right now. You feel good. You feel like a weight's been lifted. You've forgiven. You've been forgiven. You're working it through with this person. And this is truly like, this is your confirmation you made the right decision. Whether now or in the very near future, there will be this kind of like a rush of romance and love and endorphins that floods you guys. If it feels like it's a little bit of a struggle, or you're like sloshing through the mud right now, it really will get brighter and better. And that is all about this 2 of Cups card. So if you're waiting for that moment, it really is coming to you. And I hope that it makes you happy to hear this. The Strength is like, you guys have both kind of endured. You've both been through it. You're both staying strong. You're both like doing the right thing, staying your course, helping each other, being there for each other. You're like supporting each other. You guys are you're exercising a lot of very like high value, high quality actions in each other, to each other. You're just very mature. You guys are acting very mature, very supportive, and you're about to have some fun. And the Ace of Swords, aces are always this fresh start, this new beginning. But this to me is like, you're pressing reset. You're going to get to press reset. This is your confirmation. You guys are going to have a beautiful kind of fresh start. And the reset also speaks to the forgiveness. And so if it feels right now like maybe even though you have forgiven them, or vice versa, but it doesn't really feel like that, even though you know it's happened, it is going to feel like that. It really is. Like, and I hope that these 3 cards that I turned over in confirmation really do back up that if you're feeling good, you just feel good in your core about this, it's the right feeling. There may be a small wait to get there, and that could be a day, a week, whatever. It could be just right around the corner, but I really feel like you're going to get this reward for both of you guys being so strong and so supportive of each other. So yeah, and nature, who knows? Okay, so thank you so much. I hope you liked this reading. I hope it spoke to you. I hope it feels good. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever you feel like doing. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. We are doing a reading called Confirmation that you made the right decision to either stay together or be together, that stay together or get back together, that you made the right decision. And this is going to be a reading to confirm that and give you something to go off of. You picked change, and I feel like I would have picked change, sorry, excuse me, based on the colors. Like, something about this card is just so bright and colorful, and like, I don't know what it is. There's something very satisfying about the colors in this card, and the light, the image, and even the word change. And there's almost something like melancholy about it though too. And there's this mix, and the message change here is like, either you feel a change within yourself, and I kind of feel like that's what it is. It's like you feel different. Either you feel more confident, you feel more self-assured. You could even feel like less attached to this person. You could even feel like maybe you don't even feel the same way about them, and getting back together now makes you realize like, maybe I'm not madly in love with them. Maybe this isn't the person. Like, I'm with them and we'll see where it goes. I don't know. I just feel like there's a mixed message here, and we're going to see, but I have a feeling that the reading could go in that direction. So if that doesn't speak to you right away, then maybe there's another pile for you, because I just feel like, or stick this one out, because it could be, you know, very eye-opening. I don't know. But there is this sense, I get a slightly melancholy twist off of this, but I guarantee that it behooves you. Like, it's the best thing for you. This is about you. Like, you couldn't be in a better position right now, or you couldn't be in a better headspace. And this might be a little bit like confusing. You might not understand it, because maybe you're not like totally like loved up and quite as, I don't know. It's almost like when you want to get back together with someone so bad, or you've been through so much shit with them and you finally forgive them, and then you're back with them and you're like, I don't even like them that much anymore. Like, I just don't feel the same. Like, sometimes they just wear you down, and you're like, I'm just not feeling it anymore, or enough time passed, or you saw a side of them that was like genuinely not interesting anymore. I don't know. Just, I feel like that's it. So I feel like there's been a shift within you, and although it feels a little bit like, it actually is kind of awesome, because I don't know, you feel freer. You feel kind of like it's your world. You're floating. You can go where you want. You can do what you want. You're almost like unreachable in a way. Okay. But this is confirmation that you made the right decision to stay together or get back together. So I'm not going to harp too much on that, I hope. But we'll see. We'll see what the cards show. I want to see you guys right now as a couple. What's your energy like? Like, what are you guys? And this is, all about confirmation. 10 of Wands. It's not very confirming. Jesus, 5 of Wands. 6 of Wands. Okay, so it's heavy, and honestly, I don't know if I'm like willing it to be heavy, because I really like the message. I really like the message from this. I almost want that to be true. I want you to have heard what I said here and be like, yeah, that's exactly how I feel. So if that's the case, then this makes sense to me. Where you guys right now are as a couple, it feels kind of like a burden. I feel like you feel passionately about something, but maybe it's not necessarily this particular person or this relationship. I feel like the work that this relationship has taken, this is so totally not confirmation that you made the right decision to stay together. So I don't even know where I'm going with this. I think this is like just going in its own direction, and sorry, that's sometimes what happens. I feel like there's a lot of conflict between you guys, and not like, I don't know, this could be lighthearted conflict, or it could be a little more serious, but it feels like whatever it is, it's just not fun. It's just, you're not enjoying it. It's not making you feel more passionate for it. Like, you're not impassioned by these, spats and differences. I feel like you're kind of annoyed. You're kind of like tired of it. It feels a little bit more like a weight. However, 6 of Wands to me, these are 3 fire cards. These are three action, fire, passion cards, but they carry a weight. The 6 of Wands is the lightest one here, and it's actually quite nice. It implies that you feel seen. you actually feel validated. So if we have to give confirmation to the fact that you made the right decision, I'm going to say something feels very validating for you. Something feels like maybe you wouldn't feel this certain level of empowerment, this certain, like, I don't know, like joie de vivre, to be, you feel lit, but I don't think it's because of this person. I feel like somehow you feel like you're on top of the world right now. You could do anything. And it actually comes from the fact that you're not really feeling this person anymore. And maybe the only way you could ever realize this was by getting back together. As twisted and actually like side fucked as that whole message is, that is confirmation that you made the right decision to get back together with this person. I don't know if there's anything so wrong about this person. I'm not getting any vibe that there is. There could be, but I'm not. I'm getting something that like either they made you wait way too long for a commitment. Either they were just, I don't know, maybe they were selfish, or maybe I just feel like there was a lot of time that you've put into this and you kind of had enough. And now you realize it's not even the direction you want to go. Okay. So it's actually not me projecting. This doesn't speak to anything in my life right now. So it's really not a projection. It's just a feeling. But I really feel like the confirmation is in how you feel, and you needed this. You needed it for strength to move forward in whatever path you choose. Maybe you wind up with this person forever. Maybe you really do love this person and that's great, but you still have a renewed sense of like independence or strength. There's something coming off of you that you needed, and you feel it now. And if you honestly didn't forgive them or didn't get back together or broke up and went through some, if you weren't with them right now, you would be feeling more lost and it wouldn't serve you. So good for you. Yeah, I want to see you right now in 3 cards. I want to see your headspace. I haven't asked the other piles, but this pile feels so much more about you than your partner. I just want to see you. So 2 of Swords absolutely speaks to a decision. They call this the stalemate card, the catch-22. It's like you have a hard decision to make, and you're kind of damned if you do, damned if you don't. There's a sense of that, but you will make the right decision and you won't be damned. Let's put it that way. Ace of Pentacles. I feel like you are ready for something. You're ready to start something. You're ready to set roots. You're ready to work on yourself. This ready could be like, okay, this is interesting. 3 of Swords, heartbreak. But just kidding. It doesn't mean like your heart's going to be broken. I think okay. You and 3 cards. I'm going to switch this up a little. No, I'm not going to switch it up. I'm going to speak more to it. I think you actually really did love this person. Here's what I think. Take what you want from it. Not every word of it has to speak to you. I think you really loved this person at one point. I think this was someone that you thought was your everything. You thought they were perfect. You thought you'd be perfect together. I think you went through some shit with this person. You either wrote it out and you stayed with them, or you broke up for a while and you got back together. But either way, this freaking light, sorry. I don't have the energy to fix it. Either way, okay, where the fuck was I? Within this time frame, this process, you realized they're just not as amazing as I thought they were. I just know I'll be okay if we don't stay together forever. Like, I just feel like you naturally kind of moved on or evolved past them. And right now, I actually think if I see you in 3 cards, it's heavy. Your heart hurts. I don't think your heart's broken. I don't think you're crying to get back together or to feel something that you felt. I think you're just aware that your thoughts and feelings have changed. And I think the question for you is like, do I stay with this person? Sincerely, do I stay with them? Do I really want the things that I thought I wanted with this person? Or is it just like an old, whatever that's playing over and over? Like, what's the new narrative? Like, and that's the change. I just think there's been this change. The Ace of Pentacles tells me that you really want something. You want something solid. You want something serious. You want to set roots. You want a future. You want a career. You want all these things. I just don't know if you're going to get it with this person. But I stand by the fact that you reaching this conclusion, this sense of there's something empowering about where you are. I think you were at one point kind of without a voice. I think you were a little meager at one point. I think you liked this person more than they liked you. And I feel like the tables have shifted. And maybe this is someone that needs to chase to feel like they're totally engaged, and now they feel like they're chasing you, and maybe you kind of see that from a different perspective, and it hurts, but at the same time it totally turns you off. I just feel like this is your guys' story, and I can't say if you should be with this person or not. I think you're with them right now, but I think it's created this eye-opening situation for you, and you now have to make a decision. And I don't know if it's to stay or to go, to try to make it work, to leave. But it does. It hurts your heart, but you're not heartbroken. You're just aware of the change. And I don't know, there's something kind of, your person is like, I feel like they need you now in a way that is heavy for you. I feel like your heart almost hurts for this person a little bit. Like you see them as being a little bit more sad now. Like you feel sad for them. And I kind of feel sad for them too, and I don't know why. I feel like they know they're losing you in a way, and it's sad. So this is a funky reading. I'm going to get some oracle here to try to, I'm not going to try to lift it up, but I'm going to try to, okay. This is a crow deck. It's pretty heavy, but I want to see, I don't know why I picked up this deck. I don't want to do this deck right now. I'm trying to think what I want to see, because there's like, I think I'm just going to do more tarot. I'm going to fall back on my tarot, which is really one of my, this is just what I want. And I'm going to turn over 3 cards, and these cards it's confirmation you made the right decision, because that is why we're here. And I actually at this point don't even know what that decision was. I don't know if we're confirming that you made the right decision in your head to leave them, something about wherever you are right now in your head is where you need to be, whatever that is, whatever your headspace is right now, whatever this decision you're weighing, this is where you need to be. And just here's your confirmation. And I don't know, we'll get something from it. The Magician, the Tower. Let's see if this is another major. It's not. Movement of Cups. Okay, so the Magician and the Tower are, they're major cards, so of course they're strong cards. The Magician is like that. It is your world. It is your domain. You can do anything you want. You can create anything you want. You can change anything you want. You can make anything you want disappear. This is you. You are your own master, your own creator. You have all the tools. So it's a gift from Spirit saying you feel empowered right now. You feel like there's an empowerment, and it's not for nothing. It's not an accident that you feel this way. This is confirmation that you're in the right space, that you have this sense of power. And I don't think you really had this power or this voice or this ability to act. So with such decisiveness and self-control and all of that. I don't think you had that before. You have it now. And the Tower is this kind of let it burn, let it crash and burn, because, from the ashes, something new and beautiful will grow or emerge or whatever. It's just this sense of if things fall apart, you know what, that's okay, because you'll be better for it, whatever that is. So if you have a sense right now of I can do anything, I can stay in this, I can leave, I can bring things to light, I can do whatever I want. If things look totally different, if everything transforms, if I wake up tomorrow and I recognize nothing, that's your confirmation that you made the right decision. And this is so totally not the direction I saw this reading going, but if it speaks to you and you're still watching, then it means something. And the Movement of Cups I do like this. It is a little bit of that warmth and passion behind this. There is that desire to make someone else happy, make yourself happy. There is this this genuine want for, I think, both parties to be happy. This really is a card of romance. It's a card of passion, romance, desire. There's a warmth behind this card, even if it's a little over the top and slightly misguided. It's still there, and it is, I think, at one point a very genuine I want to help. I want to be here for you. I want to be your almost like a knight in shining armor, but with really sweet, with really sweet, good intentions, like a knight in shining armor. So this is the part of you that is good intention. This isn't the part of you that's like, this isn't saying, oh, you have no fucks, you don't care, it's my world, I'm going to do whatever I want. It is your world. You are going to do whatever you want. Things are going to change, but you're not doing it from a like hardened, bitter place. It actually comes from a place of good. And I really think you want what's best for both of you. So yeah, whether you guys stay together, whether you are only together because, or who knows why, but if you, whatever it is, you're together, it's where you're supposed to be right now. This is the confirmation you made the right decision, and whatever headspace you're in, however you reach this, you reached it for a reason. So you guys can break up tomorrow, you can break up next week, you can stay together forever. It's your world, you're in control. So I don't want to speak to what you should do or shouldn't do. I just want to confirm that wherever you are right now is the place you needed to be. You needed to reach these conclusions, these thoughts, these decisions, because you're just where you need to be. And I hope that makes sense. I hope it's a message you like. I hope this speaks to you. I hope you like, subscribe, comment, whatever it is. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. This might have dragged on, but I hope you liked it. Okay, thank you so much. Goodbye. Hello, this is Light and Bone Tarot. Thank you so much for being here and letting me read for you. We are doing a reading for confirmation that you made the right decision to stay together or to get back together. But like if you're with this person that you went through something with and you're, back together, this is confirmation. And you picked adventures. And I like adventures because there is a genuine passion behind this. There is something that speaks, like, I think you guys are very, like blissfully impassioned with each other right now. Like this definitely gives me those like, like honeymoon vibes of just like, I don't know, even the like rushing waterfall in the background. There's so much about this. Like, I think you guys are just like, you're just impassioned, and I don't even need to say anymore. Like and this feels amazing. This is like everything you ever wanted. But I feel like if this is your vibe, yes, you guys are. This is just right out the gates confirmation that you made the right decision and that you're where you should be with this person. But I like this. And there's such a richness behind this. It's these deep greens. There's something so, there's substance, there's depth, there's just a richness. There's a, I'm trying to think of another word for richness because it's like this, it's like, there's passion. And I mean, by passion, I mean like, bodies coming together, of course, but there's more than that. There's this sense of like really like loving and clinging to each other. Like you guys are really like, how did we not feel this before? Or how did we not like, just get this before? Okay, I'll come back to that maybe, but if this feels right, like where you are right now, then absolute confirmation. Okay, I want to see now that you guys are together or back together or, going about your world together with a different mindset, where you guys are as a couple. Like what's your space? What's your vibe? Let's see where we're at. 9 of Pentacles, love that. Movement of Swords and, okay, 10 of Swords. So I really love the 9 of Pentacles. This is a very, there's a richness here, but in a different way. This makes me think that you guys are, even though you're even though you're very much like impassioned. Okay, I have to find another word for it, but I can't right now. You're still, it's trickling into other aspects of your world. So it's like, it's not just this, oh, we can't get out of bed vibe. It's like you guys are really, things are clicking. Like you're feeling alive. You're feeling everything. You're feeling your friends. You're feeling your food. You're feeling like cooking. You're doing things. You're working out. Like I just feel like it's just this giant trickle down to all parts of your life. You really, really, you're feeling good. The 10 of Swords and the Movement of Swords. The Movement of Swords I actually like. There's this very much like, I think you guys are kind of in a good and exciting way. You're rushing into this. You're giving it everything you've got. You're charging into it because why not? I think that you're making up for lost time, things you didn't say that should have been said, like in all these good, exciting ways. It's like very much not even romantic comedy. It's like the, I don't know, like the quintessential, like getting back together romance kind of thing. Like you guys you're just so totally feeling each other, and it's really beautiful and it's really lovely. The 10 of Swords is a heavy card. And maybe this is in the back of your mind, that sense of like, I can't believe we actually, oh my God, this light is driving me crazy. Is this gonna just, sorry, it just has to stay here. There's a glare, sorry. This to me is like, sorry, this light is on every single reading. It's moved and it just makes me crazy. Okay, this to me is that very, very, very back of your head space where you're like, I can't believe we let this go. I can't believe we didn't give more attention to this. I can't believe we were ever in that space. Like, so I do think you guys are communicating about the past, which I like. You're not just diving in and like pretending that the past never existed. And the past would be that thing that caused the friction, the thing that made you have to decide to stay together in the first place or get back together, whatever it is. So I do think there's a lot of communication between you guys. And I do think you're in a very healthy way, like not reliving, but like rehashing and bringing up those more difficult episodes and conversations. And I like that. So this actually is really, it's very healthy. It's quite positive. It's quite exciting. It's a great space to be in. It feels, I don't want to say temporary, but it feels, it's going to evolve. You know what I mean? It's the beginning stages. There will be an evolution, but I want to see, and this is the next line, like what's the next stage for you guys look like? What's your next level, your next evolution? And this should be absolutely positive, because where you are right now, I feel like it's such a great, it's everything like you should have been at some point and you weren't. And now you're just doing everything right. Like you guys have learned from your mistakes. Let's put it that way. And yeah, and I just love how you guys regard each other right now. I love the feelings you have for each other. I love the conversations you're having, how you're bringing it up, when you're bringing it up, like how you're speaking to it. I feel like you guys are both taking responsibility. You're showing vulnerability. There's a lot here. And those things don't have to die, but I just feel like there's this, you know, you can't like, I don't know, like make love and eat good food and have like intense conversations all the time. Like you're going to have to go to the next stage, the next level. So let's see what that next level looks like for you guys. And I think you guys know each other quite well. I don't think you just got back together after being apart for 2 weeks. I think there's a lot here, a lot actually. So, okay, well, let's see what we have to kind of like look forward to. 7 of Swords and Wheel of Fortune and 5 of Wands. Okay. So moving forward for you guys, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is absolutely a positive card. I think it comes with just a warning, and this warning isn't scary. It's slightly karmic, but it's not karmic as in you're going to get what's coming to you. It's not that kind of karma. It's the karma of like, our consequences have actions, or our actions have consequences. There will be a consequence for our actions, and not so much a consequence of what you've done in the past, but like moving forward, just really that energy of like, I want things to look and feel and function like this, and as a result, I'm going to put this into it. You know, I'm going to treat my partner how I want them to treat me. It's got that kind of energy. Like, before you do something or say something or act on something, you would consciously ask yourself the question, like, would I want my partner to do this? And I feel like both of you guys are taking this Wheel of Fortune energy moving forward. And I love that. I think it's great. I think it's healthy. The 7 of Swords, it speaks to this kind of like this trickery, this shystiness that I actually think you guys, it's not there. I think you guys are both very clever people. I think you guys are both kind of like sarcastic, dry sense of humor, and maybe there's like a bitter edge to your humor. And I do think you guys can get into these like darker spaces where things are a little more jabbing, a little more biting. Like I think you guys both have a tendency to like hit below the belt if you really wanted to, you know, make a cut or insult someone. But you're not doing that. And this also goes back to the karmic Wheel of Fortune piece, where I just feel like you guys are intentionally trying to make this relationship the best it can be. And I think you're taking from this feeling up here, that this what you're experiencing right now, and you want to always be able to come back to this. Like even when you step away from this to like live your life and, you know, like grow and prosper, you can always come back to this. And I just think this is an important place for you guys to come back to. But right now you are or your near future does look like there's an awareness there. And I think that's cool. I think it's a really neat story for you guys. I like, even that's kind of, there's a confirmation. Like if you feel like you're creating this new world, this new story, this thing that is so unique to you guys, like with it comes these like internal jokes and these internal, like inside jokes, you know, like you guys have your own little club all of a sudden, and you're like this kind of slightly dynamic duo. There's something mysterious about you guys. I don't know, there's just a lot of communication silently, energetically, emotionally, physically. You guys are just you're really vibing together, and I really, really love it. But so yeah, your new future, we've talked about that. And 5 of Wands, absolute healthy conflict. And I like this because you guys do need your conflict. You need to feel this passion. You need to feel like you guys are two like live wires, and you are going to move forward with this healthy conflict. It's not going to feel like sticking someone in the back. It's not going to feel like you're ever turning the knife. It's going to feel a lot differently than maybe how you guys functioned in the past. And I think this is just actively how you guys are thinking about moving forward as a couple, and what you like, mistakes you don't want to repeat, and like new directions and all that. So really, really like you guys as a couple now. There's a cool energy coming off you guys. And I'm trying to think, because there's something I want to say about the energy, but I don't want to make it seem dark or off. But I feel like there's a part of you that's even like questioning it a little bit. Like what's going to happen once this phase passes? Because you know where you are right now in this sort of somewhat honeymoon-esque reality. It can't last forever. We know that. So where does it go from here? And I feel like you are wondering if you guys are going to have like the substance to kind of endure once that like shifts a little bit. And I just feel like this down here tells me you do. And it's a very like, you're consciously going to be moving together in a really nice way. Okay, I don't want to take a tarot right now. I want to take this. So these are like energy chakra cards, and I want to see what you bring to the relationship and what your partner brings to the relationship in a kind of like, in a positive vibe kind of way. And it sounds cheesy, but I don't think it's going to be. It's kind of like what they love about you and what you love about them. It's your space that you hold in the relationship. And we have your determination, and that's a bright, beautiful yellow, and your partner is caution. So there's ever so slight opposites here. But then there's a similarity because of the orange and the yellow. They are pretty similar in some ways. The determination is you do have a drive. You do have your eye on the prize kind of thing. Like you are very much I think you're a very driven person. I think you're very realistic. I feel like you do have these bouts of passion, but you are very, like you're data driven. And I think the part of you that fears, can this move forward? Like, can we maintain this? It is that realistic part of you that kind of knows like this. Yeah, we've already said it. You know that you can't stay a pair forever, and you are determined to make this work at this point. But in general, oh my gosh, it's gonna just always turn like that. You're more of the gas in some ways, whereas your partner is more of the brakes. They are more of the like, I'm gonna go with my gut. Whereas, yeah, you'll take the data points. You're more of like a scientist, and they're more of like, I'm going to feel this out. I'm going to go with my gut, where I think there's more of a balking that happens. Like they will sit back and kind of wait. You will analyze and push through. They will kind of, yeah, they're more of a brakes. You're more of a gas. That's really all I can say. And the caution with your person is, I don't know what they're afraid of. I don't know if they were like afraid of commitment, if they were afraid. I think they're afraid of a lot of things, actually. I think they're afraid of, in some ways, confrontation. I think, yes, I do think they're afraid of commitment. I think they're afraid of you and your direction. And sometimes like your energy, your momentum probably scares them, but this is good. It actually works for you guys. It's part of your passion. It's part of your essence like this. And you really are going to be turning this into like a healthy conflict thing. This is going to be something that you guys, I don't know, like have fun with actually in the future. I can't take this. Jesus. That's so stupid. All right. So I just got really distracted, but yeah, I want to get more. I want to get more for you guys because there's more here. And I feel like even though I've told you a lot, I haven't really told you anything you don't already know. So I am going to get 3 cards to give you confirmation that you absolutely did make the right decision, and a little bit about like, I don't know, in a good way, like what do you made the right decision because here's what you can look forward to. Like, so I'm going to do 2 cards of confirmation and 1 card of like, and you can look forward to this. So, okay, confirmation, we've got Justice and we've got 9 of Swords, which I'll get to. And 3 of Wands is here's what you can look forward to. So I'm going to speak to the 3 of Wands. You can look forward to, or pardon me, yeah, 3 of Wands. You can look forward to almost like this planning together. This, you know, it's like scanning new horizons. It's like looking out and being like, that's where I want to go. I'm going to make this happen. This is where I want to go. This is where my passion and my drive is directing me. It's a very positive card. It's a very good card. It is like, yeah, it's like, pick your direction. The world is yours. It's your oyster. That's kind of this card. And I really think this means like as a couple, you guys can do this. You guys can pick your direction. And you know what? Maybe you're the driver behind it. Maybe you're the one that's like, it's funny because this kind of has a light and this pyramid thing with a light and it's yellow and there's kind of like the same thing going on here. It's very much this like, and maybe you have to be comfortable being the driver in this dynamic. Maybe your person just needs to lean into the fact that you're always going to pick the direction. It's going to be kind of like your way or the highway, and that's okay. But then you have to kind of like yield to them sometimes when they really like, you know, are pumping the brakes or showing fear or like just a little need for a slower pace. But you guys you work well together. And I think your lives actually function quite efficiently when you guys are working together like this. So I like this. Here's the confirmation that you made the right decision. I think the 9 of Swords is like, it's like anxiety, it's nightmares, it's a lot of things that you don't want. I don't think this is something you're dealing with anymore. I actually think you have this relaxed feeling right now. You don't feel anxious about this relationship or this dynamic or where it's going. And I just feel like the Justice card, to me, it's like, you feel justified. I just think you're being more real to yourself in this next round, or this round that you're in. This could be the 5th round. It could be the 2nd round. Like, it's not the first. We know that. But it is, I just feel like you feel more in control. You feel more like empowered. And when I say justified, like if you want to take the lead, take the lead. If you want to argue something, argue something. But you don't feel anxious. You don't feel insecure. You don't feel like you need to like give way to someone. Excuse me. I just, oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm trying to think like exactly how to explain this because I can feel it. There's an empowerment in you. You feel empowered and you feel justified and you feel like you can go in the direction you want to go. You don't have to ask anyone. And if this feels good, if this feels right, this is absolutely confirmation that you made the right decision to stay together or be together. I wouldn't say there's a weight here. It's like you guys have this kind of hurdle. There's a little bit of you guys are always going to have a little something. It's always going to feel like a little bit of an uphill battle for you guys. Or you guys are always going to kind of like ride a roller coaster in a way, I feel like. But it doesn't seem like a bad thing. It doesn't seem like something, it seems like something that both of you kind of enjoy and can work with. And I think if you can understand this and predict this, that if there's any angst or anxiety behind this dynamic, that you can see it and anticipate it and just kind of like ride it out, and it works. So yeah, I don't know, I coughed too much and now I'm slightly off my game here, but thanks for bearing through those horrible coughs. I like you guys together, okay? I'm going to end this reading right now. You know, I'm going to get input from Spirit. Let's really try to end on a high note here. But I stand by everything I said. This is input from Spirit about you guys, and this is like, we're going to send you on your way with this, or she is. And it is nourish the sacred feminine. I think this speaks to you, whether you're feminine or not, women or not. It is. It's your vibe. It's your world. Do what you want to do. You know, go with your gut. Maybe it's your time to go with your gut. Like, your person always gets to follow their gut. But yeah, whatever feels right within you. If you want to be overly emotional sometimes, that's fine. If you want to be more emotional than you have been, if you want to, I don't know, what else are feminines known for? I had a card in the last pile that was nourish the sacred masculine, and I also struggled because sometimes I have a hard time figuring out what's masculine and what's feminine and where's the line. But this is something within you that maybe you've been wanting, you've been feeling it in your core, in your gut, and just go with it. That's really what I'm going to say. This just speaks to you. There's something there, and bring it out. Let it go. And I think it's going to help you even more. And I think it will help if there is any anxiety or lingering questions. I think it's going to help with that. So I hope that helps. This is a message and a gift from Spirit. Okay, I'm going to stop this reading. Thank you so much. Thank you. Like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you soon. Goodbye.